Hi friends, this is Kayla with Stamping Before Anything Else. Welcome to today's Make It in Minutes video where I'm going to show you how to make a card in a couple of minutes. And so with this, we actually got some inspiration from our friend Marcine, who sent us a cute little card. Isn't it adorable? I love it. So I thought we could recreate it ourselves. So let's get into it. What you're going to need for this is we're just going to keep it simple, okay? Just some ink, paper, and stamps. So I pulled out the 2024 to 26 in Color Designer Series paper. What's cool about this paper is that it's double-sided and there are different designs that come in each color. So we're gonna need those. I am using the Pretty in Pink, the Peach Pie, and the Summer Splash colors. I'm gonna use some thick basic white cardstock, and then you are gonna use obviously whatever DSP you want, and then whatever stamp set you want. So with this, I'm just choosing, I don't even know what sentiment I'm gonna use yet, but I'm gonna show you a trick to helping you with these and getting your sentiment on the front of them. So let's get started making this card. We are gonna start with our thick basic white cardstock, and this we are going to cut on the short side. So here's our short side, here's our long side. We're gonna cut on the short side at 4 1/4. Then we are going to rotate it and score it at 5 1/2. So you want to make sure to have your score blade out of, or your cutting blade out of there, so that way you could score. And then that is going to be our card base. Okay, so you could just go get a pack of basic white cardstock. I don't like to do that. I'll just use the thick basic white that I have here. And so it's just easier. I think it's easier at least. So we are then going to cut this leftover piece down to 4 inches. And then this should already be at 4 1/4. Pretty easy, right? Now we are going to cut our designer series paper. And for this, you're going to cut one piece of each color at 1 1/8 by 4 inches. So I'm going to start at the 1 1/8. And then I'm going to rotate it and cut it at 4 inches. And repeat the process for the other two colors. Okay, and we are done with our cutting, so we can put our trimmer to the side. Now I'm going to bring everything in, and I'm going to bring in our handy dandy die cuts that I already have die cut out. So these are a great way to just create cards on the fly, and you already have these already created, and all you have to do is stamp your images on these, and it just makes your life a lot easier. So I'm probably going to use one of the smaller circles or medium-sized circles that I have that were cut out with this Stylish Shapes dies, I believe is what they're called. And if you don't have those, or you're just getting started crafting, that's where punches are going to be really helpful for you. That way you don't have to buy the whole Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the dies and the like, you already got it, right? Just punch it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my sentiment, and I think I'm going to go with a hope your day is a happy one. And then I'm going to stamp it in our Summer Splash color. Okay, and now we're ready to assemble our cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bone folder, and if you don't have a bone folder, that's okay. All you have to do is take your Stampin' block, or the block that you're using for your stamp, and you want to give that a good crease to keep your card from opening up. Now that we have that done, I'm going to put that over to the side. I'm going to grab my DSP, Designer Series paper, and I am going to adhere these onto the front of my 4 inch by 4 1/4 inch piece of paper. And I like to lay out my pieces first, so that way I can have an idea of where I want them to go and that they're going to be evenly spaced. So now that I have that done, I'm going to just take one piece at a time and glue those onto the front. Okay, now that we have that done, I'm going to bring in our ribbon, and now you want to choose a ribbon that is one of the colors of your cardstock, and that's going to make it look a lot nicer. So I went with the Summer Splash ribbon, bordered ribbon, and what we are going to do is you could take some Scotch tape, which actually I think I'm gonna do just to keep it simple here. Scotch tape is nice because almost everybody has it in their house. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna flip, oh my gosh, I'm gonna flip the cardstock over, but also kind of get an idea of where I want my ribbon to be, which I'm gonna choose right there. Then I'm going to flip over the edge and I'm just gonna tape my ribbon down. Pretty easy, right? So then when you have one side done, the other side is a lot easier. So that piece is done. I'm going to add that to the front of my card with some glue. Now we're gonna take some dimensionals, or if you do not have dimensionals, you could just glue this onto the front of your card. And the dimensionals are just gonna add a little extra layer to our sentiment to make it really pop. I decided to put my sentiment over on the left-hand side, and then what we're gonna do last is we are gonna make a bow with our ribbon. Now, if you're anything like me, it's hard to make bows, so you could just make little bunny ears and then wrap them around, or you could get yourself a breezy bow and make your own bows with this handy dandy bow maker. So now we have that done. You could always just take some of your glue here and then put a little dot on and then let it dry a little bit so it gets tacky and then put your bow on. Or you could have some glue dots. And that is our card. I really hope you liked this. Again, thanks to Marcine who inspired us to make this card. I guess I did mine a little bit differently. I put mine up more towards the top, but that's where your creative freedom is, right? So I really hoped you liked this. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to our channel for more projects like this. And if you want 5 free card making tutorials, make sure to join our newsletter. You can find the link to join below. Thanks.